Anna ran across the training field with her sword in hand. She was fast and confident. Other humans watched her with admiration and a little fear. She loved to show off her skill. Jack walked slowly behind her. He did not rush or try to match her speed. His steps were steady and careful. Anna laughed at him loudly. "Come on, Jack, keep up," she shouted. "You were moving like a child." Jack looked at her but did not answer. He just kept walking at his own pace. He'd learned long ago that rushing often led to mistakes. The wind blew across the field, carrying the sound of their footsteps. Queen Claire stood on a high platform, watching the humans train. She was calm and serious. Her eyes followed Jack more than Anna. She'd like to see who could stay focused under pressure. "Anna thinks she is the best," one of the humans whispered to another. "But Jack seems different. He does not care about showing off. He just moves carefully." Anna swung her sword at a training dummy and cut it perfectly in half. She smiled proudly and turned to look at Jack. He was still walking slowly. She shook her head and laughed. "Really, Jack? Are you even trying?" she said. "I can beat you with one hand tied behind my back." Jack finally stopped and looked at the training dummy she had cut. He nodded slightly. "You are skilled," he said softly. "But skill is not always speed. Patience matters too." Anna scoffed. "Patience. That will not save you when the arrows come," she said. "You'll be a target the moment they start. I will be laughing while you fail." Jack stayed calm. He did not argue. He knew the queen would notice his calmness. She had watched many humans fail because they were too proud or too hasty. Jack had trained quietly for years, learning to trust his instincts and senses. Queen Claire spoke to herself quietly. "Interesting," she said. She liked humans who could stay calm under pressure. She liked those who could see what others could not. She nodded and made a note. This trial would be different for Jack. Anna began running drills again. She jumped over obstacles and dodged swinging poles. She wanted to show everyone that she was the fastest and the strongest. Other humans clapped and cheered for her. She felt proud and unstoppable. She glanced at Jack. He was walking slowly through the same obstacles, yet he moved with ease. He did not stumble or trip. It was as if he already knew where every obstacle would be. "You are strange, Jack," Anna said. "You look slow, but nothing slows you down." Jack smiled faintly. "Speed is not everything," he said. "Sometimes watching and waiting is stronger than rushing." Anna shook her head. She could not understand this. She had spent years training to be fast and powerful. She believed no one could match her, but Jack was calm. His movements were simple but precise. He seemed ready for anything. The queen finally spoke to the humans. "Today, we will begin a new trial," she said. "This trial will test not only speed, but focus and skill. Every human will face the arrow challenge. Be ready." Anna cheered. She was excited. She loved challenges where she could show off. She looked at Jack and laughed. "This will be easy for me and impossible for you," she said. Jack only nodded. He was not afraid. He knew the trial would test him, but he trusted himself. He had trained for this moment without making a sound. He looked at the field and the obstacles ahead. He closed his eyes briefly and breathed deeply, preparing his mind. The other humans whispered among themselves. Some were excited to see Anna succeed. Others were curious about Jack. They had never seen someone so calm before such a dangerous trial. Queen Claire smiled. She knew something unique was rising in Jack. She watched closely, ready to see who would truly succeed. The arena shifted. Walls moved, creating a large open field with high towers and hidden traps. Queen Claire stood on the platform and raised her hand. A line of mechanical arrow turrets appeared along the walls. Their targets were the humans standing below. "The arrow trial begins now," Queen Claire announced. "Each of you must survive the arrows and reach the safe zone. Speed and skill will decide your success." Anna took a deep breath and ran forward. Her sword swung at training dummies as she moved. She dodged the first few arrows with ease. She laughed and shouted back at Jack. "Come on, Slowpoke, keep up." Jack did not rush. He walked calmly toward the field. His eyes were focused, his body relaxed. He felt the wind and the sound of the arrows. He knew their path and timing. He waited, ready to move at the perfect moment. The first wave of arrows shot out. Anna leapt and twisted, narrowly avoiding each one. She smiled and thought this would be an easy win. Jack stayed in place. He did not flinch. The arrows came closer, but he moved only when necessary. His movements were small, but precise. Each arrow passed him without hitting. Other humans gasped. They had expected him to fall immediately. Anna slowed mid-run, confused. "How is he still alive?" she muttered. She tried to focus on her own movement, but kept glancing at him. His calm made her uneasy. Queen Claire watched quietly.
Hush.
She could see Jack's training had been different. He did not rely on speed alone. He anticipated and read the movements of the arrows. His patience was as sharp as any weapon. Anna ran faster, jumping over walls and ducking under swinging poles. She shouted insults at Jack, trying to distract him. "You are going to get hit. Pay attention." Jack did not respond. He stayed calm, reading each arrow's path. He moved only when absolutely necessary. His body twisted and leaned just enough to avoid the sharp tips. 12 arrows shot toward him in a row. Anna held her breath, expecting him to fail. Then Jack moved. 12 small, precise movements. He dodged all 12 arrows with his eyes closed. The crowd froze. Silence filled the arena. Even Anna stopped, mid-step, her mouth open in shock. "No way," she whispered. She ran back a few steps, staring at him. He dodged 12 arrows, with his eyes closed. Jack opened his eyes slowly. He looked at Anna and said quietly, "Focus is stronger than speed. Patience is stronger than pride." Anna clenched her fists. She had always believed in speed and power. She had never seen anyone so calm and precise under pressure. Other humans began whispering to each other. "He is not just slow, he is something else. He is stronger than we thought." Queen Claire stepped forward and raised her hand. "Jack, you have shown remarkable skill and calm. Your training is exceptional. Anna, you are fast and strong, but skill without patience can fail you." Anna shook her head. She could not believe it. She had expected to win easily. She felt a strange mix of anger and admiration for Jack. He did not shout, he did not run, yet he survived the trial flawlessly. Jack walked toward the safe zone, still calm and steady. Anna followed, slower now, thinking about what she had just seen. She realized that winning required more than speed. It required awareness and focus. She felt a new respect for Jack, though she would not admit it yet. Queen Claire smiled as both humans reached the safe zone. She knew this was only the beginning. Jack had proven that humans could be more than fast or strong. They could be precise, patient, and unstoppable when they mastered themselves. She was eager to see the next challenge unfold. After the arrow trial, the humans were taken to another part of the arena. It was larger and filled with obstacles, traps, and moving platforms. Queen Claire stood on her platform, watching silently. She wanted to see how the humans would handle more danger together. Anna and Jack were side by side. Anna still felt embarrassed from the arrow trial. She had never been beaten by anyone in her life. Now she could not stop thinking about Jack. She clenched her fists and stared at him. He seemed calm, almost relaxed. She hated that he had shown her up. "Ready for the next test?" Anna asked sharply. She wanted to sound confident. Jack nodded. "I am ready," he said softly. He did not show fear or excitement. His calm made Anna even more frustrated. She wanted to prove she was better in every way. Queen Claire raised her hand and signaled the start. Mechanical traps sprang to life. Spinning blades, swinging hammers, and moving platforms appeared. The humans had to move quickly and carefully to reach the other side. Speed was important, but so was timing and focus. Anna ran immediately, using her speed to leap over obstacles. She swung her sword at the mechanical traps, destroying some of them as she passed. Other humans cheered for her skill. She felt strong and unstoppable. She looked back at Jack, expecting him to struggle. Jack moved calmly. He waited for the right moment to jump or duck. He watched the movement of each trap. When a swinging hammer came near, he leaned at the perfect angle. When a platform tilted, he adjusted his step. Every movement was precise. He did not rush, but he did not hesitate either. Anna found herself in trouble at one point. She tried to rush past a spinning blade, but miscalculated. She fell onto a platform that tilted dangerously. Jack saw her and moved quickly to catch her arm. He pulled her to safety without losing his balance. Anna felt a strange shock of gratitude and annoyance. She had never needed help from anyone, especially not Jack. "Thanks," she said shortly. She turned away, embarrassed. Jack nodded. "You must be careful. Speed alone will not save us." They continued through the arena. The traps became more complex. Some required teamwork to cross safely. Anna realized that rushing was no longer enough. She had to watch and think, not just move fast. Jack guided her with quiet gestures, showing her when to jump and when to wait. She began to trust him, though she did not admit it. Other humans watched them closely. They noticed the change in Anna, was learning from Jack without realizing it. Queen Claire smiled. She had seen this many times. Pride often blinded fast humans. Those who could learn from others, even rivals, often succeeded. Anna and Jack reached a series of platforms over a deep pit. Each platform moved differently. Anna jumped too quickly and almost fell. Jack moved slowly and carefully, landing safely each time. He held out his hand to her. She took it, and they crossed together. When they reached the far side, both were breathing heavily. Anna looked at Jack. She had started the trial thinking she was the best. Now she saw that his calm and focus gave him an advantage she could not match alone. Queen Claire clapped her hands. "Well done," she said. "This stage tests more than speed. It tests skill, timing, and teamwork. You two have shown progress. There is more to come." Anna nodded, still feeling a mix of frustration and respect. Jack smiled faintly. He was ready for the next challenge. Both humans had learned that survival depended on more than speed. Focus, patience, and careful observation were just as important. Queen Claire knew the next trials would test these qualities even further. The next day, the humans returned to the arena. Queen Claire had prepared a new challenge. This one was known as the Obstacle Gauntlet. It tested reflexes, speed, and instinct. Tall walls, swinging pendulums, and hidden pits filled the field. The humans had to reach the center, where a small platform marked the finish. Anna and Jack stood side by side at the starting line. Anna's pride was strong. She remembered how Jack had dodged 12 arrows with his eyes closed. She wanted to prove that she could do more than him. Jack stayed calm. He looked at the obstacles and waited for the signal. His body was relaxed, his mind clear. He was ready for the challenge. Queen Claire raised her hand. Mechanical doors opened and alarms sounded. The gauntlet began. Anna sprinted forward. She jumped over walls, ducked under swinging poles, and used her sword to cut through traps. She was fast and agile. The crowd cheered for her daring moves. She looked back at Jack. He had not moved yet. He stood, calm and steady, watching the pattern of each trap. She shouted at him, trying to distract him. "Come on, move faster," she yelled. Jack only nodded. He waited, then moved. His steps were measured. He did not rush. He timed each jump, each duck, and each twist perfectly. The traps that forced others to stumble were no threat to him. Anna leaped over a swinging pendulum but misjudged the speed. She landed awkwardly and almost fell. Jack quickly stepped forward, grabbed her hand, and pulled her back to safety. She glared at him, embarrassed and frustrated. She had never needed help before. "Stop saving me," she said sharply. Jack shook his head calmly. "We need to survive. We must move smart, not just fast." They continued through the gauntlet. The obstacles became harder. Some required balance, others required timing. Anna realized that rushing was dangerous. She had to watch the traps, not just move with speed. She began to follow Jack's lead, noticing the patterns he used to avoid danger. The crowd watched in awe. Humans whispered among themselves. They had never seen Anna struggle so much. They noticed Jack's calm, precise movements. Did not panic. He did not waste energy. Every motion was intentional. Queen Claire observed quietly. She smiled. Jack had a unique skill. He did not rely on speed alone. He understood the environment. He could survive where others would fail. Anna and Jack reached a series of platforms over a deep pit. Each platform moved differently. Anna tried to jump too quickly and slipped. Jack grabbed her arm again and guided her safely across. She looked at him, realizing that she was learning something important. Pride alone was not enough to survive these trials. Finally, they reached the center platform. Both were breathing heavily. Anna looked at Jack. She had thought she was unbeatable, but now she understood that skill, focus, and patience mattered just as much as speed. Queen Claire clapped her hands. "Well done," she said. "This trial tests more than speed. It tests awareness, timing, and careful observation. You both have shown that learning and adaptation are just as important as strength and speed." Anna nodded silently. She felt a new respect for Jack. He had proven that calm and focus could overcome even the most dangerous obstacles. Jack smiled faintly. He had survived the gauntlet without rushing. He had shown that true skill came from understanding and controlling oneself. Both humans looked out at the arena. They knew the trials would continue, each one harder than the last. Anna's mind was filled with determination. She would not be defeated again. Jack's mind was clear and calm. He was ready for whatever came next. Queen Claire watched them both, knowing that these two humans would become legends in the arena. The next challenge was announced by Queen Claire. This one was a combat test. Mechanical dummies and moving obstacles filled the arena. Humans had to fight and survive while avoiding traps. Speed, strength, and focus would be tested together. Anna tightened her grip on her sword. She remembered Jack's calm skill in previous trials. She hated feeling uncertain. She wanted to show that she could be the best in combat. Jack stayed calm. He watched the dummies and obstacles. He knew the challenge would test more than speed. He was ready to move carefully and strike precisely. Queen Claire raised her hand. The combat test began. Anna ran forward, swinging her sword at the moving dummies. She cut through some of them easily. Other humans cheered for her bold moves. She felt strong and confident. She looked at Jack and shouted, "You have to keep up." Jack moved calmly. He watched each dummy and obstacle. He timed his attacks and movements carefully. He avoided danger and struck only when necessary. His calm precision made him seem unstoppable. Anna noticed his movements. He did not rush, yet he struck with perfect timing. She felt frustrated. She had always relied on speed and power. Now she realized that careful observation and focus were just as important. A trap swung toward Anna. She tried to dodge but misjudged the distance. Jack reacted quickly, grabbed her arm and pulled her out of harm's way. She stumbled but stayed on her feet. "Stop interfering," she said angrily. She felt embarrassed to need help. Jack shook his head. "We must survive together," he said calmly. Focus and timing matter more than speed. The arena became more dangerous. Mechanical dummies attacked from different directions. Swinging hammers and rolling obstacles appeared. Anna tried to fight alone, but she was forced to pause and think. Jack moved with her, guiding her through the chaos. They reached a series of platforms over a deep pit. Dummies attacked from all sides. Anna tried to jump quickly and struck a dummy but almost fell. Jack steadied her and took down another dummy with precise strikes. Together, they managed to cross safely. Other humans watched silently, whispered about Jack's skill. He moved with calm determination. He did not panic, did not waste energy. Every strike and dodge was perfectly timed. Queen Claire observed carefully. She smiled. Jack had mastered the balance between focus, skill, and movement. He was teaching Anna without words. Pride had blinded her, but now she was learning to trust strategy as well as speed. Finally, they reached the last section. A large mechanical dummy, bigger and stronger than the others, advanced toward them. Anna prepared to strike first, but Jack held her back with a gentle hand. "Wait and watch," he said quietly. Anna hesitated. She saw that the dummy was predictable if observed carefully. They moved together, timing their attacks and avoiding the dummy's strikes. Anna began to follow his lead. She realized that her own strength and speed were not enough. With precise timing and coordinated strikes, they defeated the dummy. The crowd erupted in cheers. Anna looked at Jack. She had started the trial thinking she was the fastest and strongest, but now she knew that patience, strategy, and calm focus were equally powerful. Queen Claire clapped her hands. "Well done," she said. This trial tests not only strength, but observation, timing, and teamwork. You both have proven that humans can surpass expectations when they combine skill and focus. Anna nodded silently. She had learned a lesson about pride and patience. Jack smiled faintly. He had shown that true skill came from understanding the challenge, observing carefully, and moving with precision. Both humans had grown stronger and wiser. They looked at the arena, ready for the next trial, knowing that challenges ahead would require more than speed and strength. The next trial was announced. Queen Claire had designed a challenge called the Trap Maze. It was filled with moving walls, swinging blades, and hidden pits. Humans had to navigate carefully while avoiding attacks from mechanical dummies. Speed and strength alone would not be enough. Focus, patience, and awareness were key. Anna stood at the entrance, gripping her sword tightly. She had learned from previous trials that rushing could lead to mistakes. She looked at Jack, who was calm and relaxed. His quiet presence made her uneasy. She did not want to admit it, but she was starting to respect his skill. Jack studied the maze. He observed the traps and dummies. He could sense the pattern in their movements. He took a deep breath and began walking forward slowly. Every step was careful and precise. Queen Claire raised her hand. The trial began. Alarms sounded and walls moved. Swinging blades appeared, and the floor tilted in places. Anna ran forward. She jumped over pits and ducked under blades. She used her sword to block some attacks. Other humans cheered for her bold movements. Jack moved differently, walked calmly, observing each trap. He waited for the right moment to jump or dodge. When a blade swung near him, he leaned at the perfect angle. When a pit appeared, he stepped carefully to avoid it. He did not rush, yet he moved faster than anyone could notice. Anna reached a narrow bridge over a deep pit. She tried to cross quickly and slipped. Jack reached her in time and grabbed her arm. He pulled her to safety. She felt embarrassed, but could not deny that his skill had saved her. "Stop interfering," she said quietly. Her pride was bruised. Jack shook his head. "We must survive together," he said calmly. They continued through the maze, as the dummies attacked from all sides. Anna tried to fight alone, but soon realized she could not handle all threats without thinking carefully. She began to follow Jack's movements and timing. Slowly, she learned to move with precision, not just speed. Other humans watched in awe. They whispered about Jack's calm and skill. He did not panic or waste energy. Every movement was intentional. He was teaching Anna silently, showing her that careful observation could overcome danger. Queen Claire observed quietly. Yes, she smiled. Jack had mastered the balance between focus, skill, and timing. Anna's pride was challenged, but she was learning to trust strategy as much as speed. They reached a series of platforms over a deep pit. Each platform moved differently. Anna tried to leap too quickly and almost fell. Jack steadied her hand and guided her safely. She realized that rushing alone was dangerous. Focus and timing were more powerful than brute speed. Finally, they approached the last section of the maze. A large mechanical dummy blocked their path. It moved fast and attacked in unpredictable patterns. Anna prepared to strike first, but Jack held her back. "Wait and watch," he whispered. Anna hesitated. She saw the dummy's patterns and realized he was right. Together, they moved carefully, striking and dodging in perfect coordination. Anna followed his lead, learning to combine her strength with his timing. They defeated the dummy and reached the exit. The crowd erupted in cheers. Anna looked at Jack. She had thought she could rely only on speed and power, but now she understood that patience, observation, and calm focus were just as important. Queen Claire clapped her hands. "Well done," she said. "This trial tests skill, focus, and awareness. You both have shown that humans can surpass expectations when they use strategy and teamwork." Anna nodded silently. She had learned to trust others and to observe before acting. Jack smiled faintly. He had shown that true skill came from control, precision, and understanding the challenge. Both humans had grown stronger and wiser, ready for the final trial ahead. The final trial began. Queen Claire had prepared the ultimate challenge. A massive mechanical combat simulator filled the arena. It was designed to overpower even the strongest humans. Moving blades, swinging arms, and attacking dummies surrounded the field. This test required every skill, speed, strength, focus, and patience. Anna stood at the entrance, her sword ready. She remembered all the previous trials. She felt nervous, but determined. She looked at Jack. He was calm and focused. His quiet presence made her feel both frustrated and inspired. She hated admitting it, but she respected his skill. Jack studied the simulator carefully. He could see its patterns and movements. He knew rushing would be dangerous. He took a deep breath and prepared his mind. Every step, every motion had to be perfect. Queen Claire raised her hand. The trial began.
Ow.
Alarms sounded, and the simulator sprang to life.
Ow.
Blades swung, dummies attacked, and the floor shifted beneath them. Anna ran forward. She swung her sword at the dummies and blocked the blades. She was fast and strong. Other humans watched and cheered. She felt powerful. She looked at Jack, who moved calmly, dodging and striking with precision. Anna realized that speed alone was not enough. She tried to follow his timing and patterns. Together they moved as a team, anticipating the simulator's attacks. Jack guided her silently, showing her when to strike and when to dodge. A massive arm swung toward Anna. She tried to jump but misjudged the timing. Jack grabbed her arm and pulled her back, avoiding a strike. She stumbled, but stayed on her feet. She began to understand that rushing without thought could lead to failure. They faced a series of mechanical dummies that attacked from all directions. Anna tried to fight alone, but soon realized that coordination with Jack was necessary. They struck together, dodged together, and moved in sync. Every action became intentional and precise. Other humans watched in silence. They were amazed at how Jack moved with calm focus, did not waste energy, and anticipated every attack. Anna had learned to trust his movements, combining her strength with his timing. Queen Claire observed closely. She smiled. Jack had shown that humans could master skill, patience, and focus. Anna's pride had been challenged, but she was learning to rely on strategy as well as speed. Finally, they reached the last stage of the simulator. It was larger and stronger than anything before. Anna prepared to attack first, but Jack held her back. "Wait and watch," he whispered. Anna hesitated. She saw the patterns in the simulator and realized he was right. Together, they coordinated their movements. Anna struck with power, while Jack timed each strike perfectly. They dodged every blade and destroyed the dummies methodically. The simulator's energy core began to flash. It moved faster and attacked more aggressively. Anna felt fear and adrenaline, but she trusted Jack. They moved with perfect timing, using every lesson from the previous trials. Together, they defeated the simulator. The crowd erupted in cheers. Humans clapped and shouted. Anna looked at Jack, feeling a mix of relief, pride, and admiration. She had thought speed and strength were everything, but now she understood that focus, patience, and coordination were just as important. Queen Claire clapped her hands and smiled. "Well done," she said. "You have shown that true human skill comes from control, observation, and teamwork. You have surpassed expectations and proven that humans can achieve greatness." Anna nodded silently. She had learned humility and the importance of trust. Jack smiled faintly. He had shown that skill came from understanding, precision, and calm determination. Both humans had grown stronger, wiser, and ready to face any challenge. The arena was silent now, but the story of their triumph would be remembered forever.